What if the very things you've held on to for years are silently stealing your peace after 70? Sometimes what feels familiar isn't what's best for us anymore. As we age, our bodies change, our safety needs change, and our hearts long for more peace. Yet we often keep objects, habits, and even thoughts that weigh us down instead of lifting us up. This is not about throwing away everything you love. It's about gently letting go of what no longer serves your health, safety, or joy. When you clear out the heavy pieces, you make room for comfort, freedom, and happiness. Today, we'll talk about 5 specific things many people over 70 still keep. And by the end, I believe you'll see how small choices can change the way you move, the way you think, and the way you live each day. Before we begin, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and join our community. We create these videos to encourage, to guide, and to remind you that life after 70 can still feel light and full. Now let's begin with the first thing to let go. Number 1, broken or unused mobility devices. Sometimes the very tools meant to keep us safe become the hidden reason we're at risk. After 70, many of us use canes, walkers grab bars, or handrails to support balance and movement. But what happens when those tools wear out or no longer fit our needs? A cane with a worn tip, a walker with a shaky frame, or a grab bar that loosens under pressure can turn a simple step into a dangerous fall. The truth is, many of us ignore the small signs because it still works. Take my friend George, 82. He had an old folding walker he trusted for years. It squeaked and felt a little loose, but he insisted it was fine. One morning, as he walked to check the mailbox, the frame collapsed. He fell hard, breaking his hip. Later, he told me, "I kept it out of habit. I should have looked at what I needed, not what I was used to." That moment changed him and me. There's also the flip side. Many seniors buy a shower chair, a grab bar, or a walking stick, but never use it. It sits in a corner or stays in the box. Unused tools don't protect you. They only give a false sense of safety. Here's what you can do. Inspect your aids, check if rubber grips are firm, see if any parts wobble. Ask, is this still the right size for me today, not 5 years ago? If the answer is uncertain, replace it. If you own devices still in the box, ask yourself why. Do you need help setting it up, or is there something deeper, like feeling you don't want to admit you need it? After 70, your independence depends on safe movement, and safe movement depends on the tools you trust. Replacing a shaky cane or finally installing that bathroom grab bar is not just about safety, it's about peace of mind. It's about being able to walk, cook, garden, and live without fear. If you're still watching, comment the number 1 below. It shows me you're here, and it may remind someone else to check their own tools. Now let's move on to the second thing you should clear away. Number 2, expired medications. It's easy to overlook the bottles lined up in the bathroom cabinet or tucked away in a kitchen drawer. Pain relievers, antibiotics from years ago, vitamins left unfinished, or prescriptions we no longer take. They sit there quietly gathering dust. But after 70, keeping expired or unused medications isn't just clutter, it's dangerous. Medications lose their strength over time. That pill you reach for in pain may not work anymore. Worse, some break down chemically, turning into something harmful you never expected. A faded label, a switched cap, or 2 pills that look too similar can lead to mistakes. And mistakes with medication at this stage of life are rarely small. I remember my neighbor Linda, 81. She had a shelf of old prescriptions in her pantry. One evening when her arthritis flared up, she reached for what she thought was her current pain medicine. The label was faded, the pill looked familiar, but it was actually an old blood pressure prescription she had stopped taking years earlier. Within an hour, she felt dizzy and weak. Her family rushed her to urgent care. Thankfully, she recovered, but it could have ended very differently. These mix-ups don't only put you at risk. Grandchildren visiting may mistake colorful pills for candy. A spouse could accidentally grab the wrong bottle. Even you, in a distracted moment, may reach for something unsafe. All it takes is one wrong pill to turn a quiet evening into a hospital visit. Why do we keep them? Often it's just in case. We think it might save us a trip to the pharmacy, but in reality, what we're saving is danger, not safety. The solution is simple. Make it a habit to check your medications at least twice a year. Take every bottle off the shelf, check the expiration date. If it's old or no longer prescribed, dispose of it. Many pharmacies now offer safe disposal bins. Some communities even host collection events for unused medicine. It only takes a few minutes, but it can protect you and everyone in your home. Keeping your medication supply clean and current means more than avoiding mistakes. It brings peace of mind. You know exactly what you're taking. You know every bottle is safe. You reduce clutter and remove silent risks from your home. I think of it this way: every old bottle you throw out is one less chance for danger to slip in. And what you keep is safety, clarity, and trust in what you take each day. If you're still watching, leave a comment with the number 2. It tells me you're here and reminds others that it's time to check their cabinets. Now let's move forward to the third thing you may need to let go. Number 3, worn out shoes. Many people don't realize just how much their shoes affect daily life, especially after 70. We grow attached to a favorite pair. They feel broken in, they feel comfortable, but just like the tires on a car, shoes wear down slowly. The change is so gradual we hardly notice it. Soles lose their grip, cushioning flattens, support weakens. That pair you've trusted for years may now be silently adding to your pain, draining your energy, or putting you at risk of a fall. Your feet carry the weight of your entire body. After decades of walking, climbing stairs, and moving through life, they need all the help they can get. When shoes no longer provide arch support or absorb shock, your joints and muscles work harder. This can worsen arthritis, cause fatigue, or leave your back aching by evening. I once knew a gentleman named Robert, 78. He walked into our community center with a limp. He blamed it on age. "It's just the years catching up with me," he said. But a friend suggested he try new shoes. Robert laughed. His old pair was over a decade old. "They're the best shoes I ever owned," he insisted. Still, he finally agreed. After buying a sturdy, supportive pair, something shifted. Within weeks, his knees hurt less, his balance improved, and he said walking up the church steps no longer felt like climbing a mountain. Sometimes it's not our bodies failing us, it's our gear. Worn shoes also increase fall risks. A smooth sole can slip on wet kitchen tiles. Uneven wear can throw off your balance on sidewalks or stairs. Even loose stitching can cause you to trip. These little details matter. Here's what you can do. Inspect your shoes every few months. Look at the soles. Are they thinning? Do they feel uneven? Check the support. Does the cushioning still hold your weight? When in doubt, replace them. Think of new shoes not as an expense, but as an investment in independence. Good shoes keep your posture steady. They protect your joints. They let you move confidently and without fear, and they remind you that comfort should never mean compromise. Your feet deserve respect. They have carried you through a lifetime. Give them what they need now so they can continue to carry you safely into tomorrow. If you're still watching, type the number 3 in the comments. It's a small gesture, but it shows you care about your own steps forward. Now let's move to the fourth thing. It may be time to release. Number 4, negative friendships. As we grow older, companionship becomes even more precious. We value connection, laughter, and someone to share the day with. But not every friendship brings comfort. Some quietly drain us, leaving behind stress instead of joy. It might be an old friend who constantly complains, or someone who criticizes your choices. Maybe it's the person who only calls when they need a favor, but is never there when you need support. On the surface, it's still a friendship, but underneath, it can feel heavy. The tricky part is history. Many of these connections go back decades. We've shared weddings, funerals, holidays, and memories. We feel guilty at the thought of stepping back. But keeping a negative friendship just because it's familiar is like leaving spoiled food in the fridge. It doesn't nourish you anymore. I think of my neighbor Helen, 83. For years, she met with a small group of women she had known since her 20s, but she often came home tired, her mood heavy. The afternoons were filled with gossip, arguments, and subtle put-downs. One day, Helen quietly decided to spend less time with them. Instead, she joined a local gardening club. She told me it felt like a weight lifted. She laughed more. She met new people, and she rediscovered joy in a hobby she had forgotten she loved. That's the gift of letting go. It's not about anger or cutting people off harshly. It's about recognizing which relationships no longer bring value to your days. You deserve to be surrounded by voices that respect you, lift you up, and remind you of your worth. So how do you know it's time? Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Do you feel lighter or drained, excited to see them again, or relieved it's over? Your heart often knows before your mind admits it. Letting go doesn't always mean goodbye. Sometimes it simply means less time, less energy given to the negative, more space for the positive. When you step back from what harms you, you open the door to new friendships, ones that add light, not shadows. At this stage of life, time is too precious to be wasted on relationships that steal your peace. Choose wisely. Choose people who help you grow, laugh, and feel safe. If you're still here, comment the number 4 below. It's a reminder to surround yourself with those who truly care. Now let's move forward to the 5th and final thing to let go. Number 5, regrets you can no longer change. Holding on to regrets is like carrying a heavy sack on your back every single day. It slows you down, it weighs on your heart, and it steals the joy from the moments you still have. After 70, it's common to look back. We remember paths we didn't take, words we never said, opportunities we missed, or mistakes we wish we could erase. But replaying those memories over and over doesn't heal us. It only keeps us trapped in the past. The truth is, no amount of thinking can rewrite history. What's done is done, and the energy spent reliving regrets could be used to create something new right here and now. I once spoke with James, a 79-year-old, who often told his family, "I wish I had traveled more when I was young." He said it so often it became part of his identity. One day his granddaughter gently asked, "Why not travel now?" That simple question stopped him. He realized he was so focused on the doors that had closed, he never noticed the ones still open. Within a year, James began taking small trips, weekend drives to towns he had never visited, short bus tours with friends, and he discovered joy he thought was lost forever. The regret didn't vanish, but it no longer controlled him. Regret can also slip into conversations. Maybe you've caught yourself saying, "If only I had," or "I wish I had." Those words don't just anchor you in sadness. They also cast a shadow over your relationships. Loved ones may feel helpless, unsure how to lift the weight you carry. But here's the truth. You are not defined by what you didn't do. You are defined by what you still can do. Every sunrise gives you another chance to live fully, even in small ways. Forgiving yourself is part of the process. You did the best you could with what you knew then. Now you know more. Now you can choose differently. Throwing away regret doesn't mean forgetting the lessons. It means you stop letting the past rule today. It means opening the door to peace, gratitude, and presence. It means choosing to notice the warmth of the sun on your porch, the laughter of your grandchild, or the comfort of your favorite chair. Every moment you spend free from regret is a gift to yourself and to those who love you. Life after 70 is not about mourning lost years. It's about savoring the ones you still have. If you're still here, comment the number 5 below. It's your way of saying, "I'm ready to put down the heavy bag and walk lighter." Now let's close with a few final thoughts to bring everything together. Conclusion. Reaching 70 and beyond brings a special kind of clarity. We begin to see what really matters. It isn't about holding on to every object, every friendship, or every thought from the past. It's about choosing wisely what deserves space in your life today. By letting go of broken tools, expired medications, worn-out shoes, negative friendships, and heavy regrets, you create more than just physical space. You create room in your heart, room for peace, room for laughter, room for moments that feel light instead of heavy. These changes may seem small on the surface, but they ripple into everything: how safely you walk, how clearly you think, how warmly you connect with others, and how much joy you feel each day. When you clear out what no longer serves you, you don't lose anything of value. You gain freedom. Life after 70 is not about racing against time. It's about savoring it. Every morning is another chance to notice the beauty in simple things: a sunrise, a hug, a smile. Thank you for spending this time with us. I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments one thing you plan to let go of after watching this video. Your words may inspire someone else to take that step too. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe, and join our community. Together, we'll keep creating space for health, happiness, and the kind of life you truly deserve.